you. Love you. There's my big boy. There's my big boy. If I wasn't leaving, I'd get you out of here for a minute. You stretching? Does it feel good? See you, boy. Wish me luck. Do this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it is freezing cold. I think it's about 32, I think is what it said, 32 degrees. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. This is my third outing trying to make this video. I can't find a fish. I can't. But in the last video that I posted, I told you guys one winter technique that I just don't use, and that is a Senko, just dragging a Senko. And I watched a couple videos last night and seen where a lot of people do pretty well just dragging a Senko in the middle of the winter. So I bet you can guess what we're gonna try. We're gonna go back to the dump. We got about 3 hours, and we're just gonna drag a Senko across the bottom, just as slow as we possibly can, because you're in for a very exciting video of dragging a worm. Like I said before, I really don't like doing the whole slow, methodical kind of fishing, but you know, if you want to catch a fish, you got to do what's going to catch the fish. And super slow fishing is the only thing that's going to get it done right now. I mean, there's ice on the water, there's snow on the ground, it's 30 some degrees. You got to go slow. So that's what we're going to do. So really quick, verse of the day is going to be popping up right over here. Oh yeah, to go along with that verse, check this out. My wife actually made this for me the other day, and it's like an early Valentine's Day present, but it goes along with that verse because it's about, you know, being thankful and grateful for things. But she made this 100% out of a glue stick, or 2 different glue sticks. Check that bad boy out. I'm sorry if that doesn't do it justice, but that is ridiculous. It's a glue stick. Anyway, we're going to get going. We're going to get to the pond. We're going to drag a worm for about 3 hours. It's going to be super fun, and hopefully we're going to catch some fish. So you guys stay tuned. Enjoy the video. I'm trying to prepare myself, so let's do this. Let's add to the fact that it's freezing cold. Add to the fact that we fished for 3 days and not caught a single fish by realizing that it's Sunday. So not only are we going to be dragging a Senko for 3 hours and probably not getting a bite, we also have to walk up that hill because the dump is closed on Sunday. Woo! Get pumped! Okay. We made it. And now we got to walk up this hill to get to the pond. And one thing that I'm worried about is, I know for a fact last night it got about 30 degrees. I think it might have even hit high 20s. And as you can clearly see, it's overcast and we've had no sun, so there's a good chance that the water is still froze up. And if the water is iced over, then we're not going to be able to fish. Definitely not be able to throw and drag a Senko, but that's what we're going to try. So I'm going to go up the hill and hope that the water's not froze over. I'm gonna hope and pray, because this is our only option and I don't want to go anywhere else. We haven't had any sun. And I think I'm gonna throw up, and I don't want to walk over that hill. It's too far. But we're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna get my stuff rigged up. I'm only gonna take 2 rods. I'm gonna take my spinning gear, and I'm gonna take one bait caster, and we're gonna see what we can do. It's not gonna be fun. I'm gonna tell you that much. This hill is awful when like it's spring and summer, so I can imagine how it's gonna feel walking up it in 37-degree weather. I don't want to do this.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the fishing, but this walk, I'm not looking forward to. All right. So before we get up there, I'll go ahead and explain the way we're going to be rigging these Senkos. Is just a normal Texas rig, and we're going to throw it out there, and we're just going to let it sit and slowly drag it back. And we're going to try shallow, we're going to try deep, and we're going to try it all. The fish got to still be in here, and they still got to eat. So it may be hard to get them to bite, but we can do it. I know we can. I know we can. Okay, trying to catch my breath. Oh, I'd like to say we got good news and bad news, but it's just bad news. Whew. Number one, it's iced over. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll show you once we get down there. Number two, it's starting to rain. I don't know what today is. This is some kind of sick joke. Okay, and down at the water, you can see, well, hopefully you can see, but all of that's iced over. But it stops right here. There's like a perfect divide going all the way up. I can see all the way to the other end. So if I stand right here and cast straight out this way, there's no ice. From here all the way over till that laydown. Right after that laydown, there's another big, huge section of ice. So we can still fish. Will we catch anything? Probably not. Will we try our best? Absolutely. Are we going to thirst to death? Probably. Let's do it. Okay, so right off the bat, let's see what we got to work with here. We have the Lunker Log in black and red flake. Sorry about the little dangly, but black and red flake. Then we have Strike King in green pumpkin. And then last but definitely not least, we got Watermelon Gary Yamamoto's. So I feel like Gary Yamamoto's are usually the best because of how soft they are and they have more action. But see, here in the winter, I think I want something with a little bit less wiggle. I want it to move a lot less. I kind of want it to be a little bit more stiff. So I think I'm going to go with the Strike King. I would go with the Googan Squad, but not only are they kind of soft too, but the color, they're black and red, and this water isn't really stained or anything, so I feel like this natural color will probably be the better choice. Like I said a second ago, we're just going to rig this bad boy up on a Texas rig, and we are just going to throw her out and drag her. Just like that. Come on now. Whew. Let's try to get out into the deepest parts. See, that went plumb across the freaking pond, so that's perfect. All right. We have a long, slow, methodical, painful, boring day ahead of us. So, I'm so excited. I actually am, even though I know this is going to be super boring and slow. I am pretty excited because if we can catch a fish in this while there's still a ton of ice on the water, I'll be pretty ecstatic. Like, let me get this and show you the risk of breaking my jerkbait. Like, I don't even have to, like, watch this. It's it's on ice, and then it drops off right there. And that ice goes all the way to the bank. Like I said, I'm sure you guys can see it, but I mean, I don't know what it looks like on the GoPro, but you can see big white lines of where the ice is. I mean, it's all the way over there and all the way to the other side over there too. I got the Senko out. It's just doing what it does and you know, sinking. So I'm gonna throw this tiny little jerking bait here. Yep, that's just what I wanted. Here comes the rain. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, it's 30 degrees. You wanna go fishing? Well, it's supposed to rain. Oh, that's cool. I like fishing in the rain. I like freezing to death. I love it. It's like my favorite thing of the year. Ice cold fishing in rain. Let's do it, bub. Let's go. Sounds like a great idea. It is currently 1:15. We have been at this a little over an hour. Still no bite. Been rained on 3 times. But I am so thankful that I'm out here on the water. And I'm happy to be making videos for you guys again. So really quick, how have you guys been? Go ahead and drop down in the comments and let me know how your life's going at the moment. You know, if it's going great, I'd love to hear about it. If it's not going so great, you just tell me in the comments and, you know, I'll pray for you. You don't have to tell me what's going on because you don't have to put your business out there like that. But, you know, if you need a prayer, let me know. I missed you guys. I care about you guys. So I'd love to know what's going on. I'm going to try something pretty stupid. Like, look at it. There's ice everywhere. Nope, it did not break through. It did not break through. We failed miserably. Makes a pretty wild sound. I seen this one time on a video. I'm gonna try it out. Okay, back to fishing. Here we have a sexy jig. We're still throwing the worm, but I can get this jig out further. It's a little bit bigger so they can probably feel it, even if they can't see it. But because of the color, they should be able to see it as well. So we're gonna try this big boy and see what happens. So I'm thinking this section over here where I was a minute ago, actually it's been about 30 minutes. I think it's a little deeper. When I cast the jig out, I can kind of tell how deep it is compared to, you know, casting a worm out. It takes much longer to sink. But over here, I'm pretty sure it's a lot deeper. So if the fish are going to be anywhere, they're going to be in the deepest part. Man, it's cold. Here we are, 2 hour mark. Still not a bite. Okay, like I said, we're actually going through our 3rd hour. So we've been here quite some time and still not a single bite. I'm gonna try to make my way onto the other side because I know the water's deeper on that side. Fishing through that deeper water is hopefully gonna get us a better chance than casting out as far as we can and then pulling it into shallow water. That way over there, we're casting out onto the shallow and then pulling into the deep. That might help us quite a bit. The only issue is getting over there. This stuff used to be a whole lot lower. I think we can still do it. I just need to be super careful to not get wet, because if we get wet, it's game over. I gotta go. I don't have the best fishery around me. Sure, the places I fish, a lot of them are beautiful, awesome scenery, and some of them have some giant bass like Fish Pond or the Dead Sea, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's 12, 13 pounders in there that have been caught, and there's even bigger ones that have never been caught. The issue is not having a place with big bass. The issue is having a place with bass that bite. You cannot catch a fish at Fish Pond unless you get super lucky. You can rarely get them to hit anything because they stock it with trout. Those bass feed up on the trout and they're just really difficult to catch. But most of my fishery is not the greatest. It doesn't stop me from fishing. I just really need to take a trip and go somewhere where I know there are some big fish and I know I can catch some big fish, because I'm kind of getting tired of the same spots, you know? I fish the same things, which is one of the reasons why I needed that break that I took. Anyway, we made it to the other side. All of this is still ice, but if I cast out that way, it's not. There's some laydowns over here. And just because it's freezing cold in winter does not mean that the bass won't be close to the bank, because sometimes they are. We're gonna give it a whirl, see what we can do. We've literally fished this entire pond without a single bite. I need help, y'all. I don't know how to catch them. This winter, like deep winter, it's just not my thing. I'm not comfortable with it at all. See if I can cast straight up. It still didn't bust it. Wow. That's some thick ice. So we've made it back to the other side. Kind of debating on whether I want to just pack up and go. It's starting to get really cold. Losing daylight. And it's like almost to the point where I know we're not going to get bit. As much as I'd like to stay here and fish, we're losing daylight. I'm starting to see my breath a whole lot more. Temperature's dropping really fast. We've been out here for 4 hours and some change. Not even a single bite, which I kind of expected, but you know, I was hopeful. We tried everything. You can see the ice right there. The other day it was a little bit colder than it is today, but the sun was out and that helped us a lot, even though we got skunked that day. Skunked 3 days in a row. The notorious skunk beat us again. We're gonna keep trying though. I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna fish every chance I get, and I'm gonna catch a fish soon. I know I'll catch a fish eventually, but I'm ready now. I haven't caught a fish since November and it's killing me. But it's gonna be it for today. Sorry there was no fish again, but you know, I'm limited on content because of my schedule, so I'm gonna upload anyway. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy watching me struggle. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.